Welcome to MCFC News Update, the channel where we talk about the latest and hottest news around Manchester City. If you enjoy City updates, transfer rumours, and big football stories, make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video to support the channel. Marc Guehi is closing in on a move to Manchester City after agreeing personal terms and lining up a medical ahead of a £20 million transfer. The England international is expected to complete the switch this month, with negotiations accelerating as Pep Guardiola looks to address a shortage of options in central defence following a series of injuries. The 25-year-old had entered the final phase of his contract at Crystal Palace and was widely viewed as a potential summer signing, particularly by clubs in Spain. Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Atletico de Madrid had all been monitoring his situation closely, aware that Guehi could have become available on a free transfer at the end of the season. Manchester City's decisive approach has now brought that scenario to an end. An agreement with Crystal Palace has effectively shut down interest from Spain before it developed into formal bids. Liverpool had also tracked Guehi after failing to sign him last summer, but unlike City, were prepared to wait rather than act in January. Barcelona's interest was reportedly the most advanced earlier in the winter, with meetings held between the club and Guehi's representatives to explore a pre-contract agreement. However, the deal was ultimately ruled out due to wage demands that exceeded Barcelona's expectations, leading the club to withdraw from negotiations. According to reports from Diario Sport, Barcelona then considered alternative defensive options, including Axel Disasi and Nathan Ake. Neither proposal convinced the club's sporting department, particularly with Manchester City insisting on mandatory purchase clauses and Barcelona prioritizing long-term planning over short-term solutions. For Crystal Palace, Guehi's departure marks the end of a key chapter in the club's recent progress. Since joining from Swansea in 2020, the Chelsea Academy graduate made 188 appearances and captained the side during their historic FA Cup triumph at Wembley, fittingly achieved in a final against Manchester City. Real Madrid's newly appointed head coach Álvaro Arbeloa is assumed to have delivered a shock message directed at Manchester City following their unexpected 3-1 defeat to FK Bodø Glimt on the 21st of January, 2026. The result sent shockwaves across European football, and Arbeloa's reported remarks have quickly become a major talking point, given City's status as one of the continent's most dominant sides in recent years. According to speculation emerging from Spanish media, Arbeloa suggested that the defeat exposed a deeper issue rather than a one-off anomaly. He is assumed to have implied that European football no longer respects reputations, and that even teams built on control and possession can be punished if intensity and conviction are lacking on the night. The former Real Madrid defender is believed to have spoken admiringly of Bodø Glimt's fearless approach, highlighting their tactical bravery, physical commitment, and collective belief. Arbeloa reportedly contrasted that mentality with what he described as City's inability to impose emotional authority during the match, suggesting that technical quality alone is not enough at elite European level. Arbeloa's assumed comments were widely interpreted as a pointed observation about Pep Guardiola's philosophy under pressure. While acknowledging City's footballing intelligence, he is believed to have hinted that excessive reliance on structure can leave teams vulnerable when faced with relentless pressing and high-tempo transitions. Despite the sharp edge of the message, Arbeloa is thought to have framed his words as a broader lesson rather than direct provocation. He reportedly stressed that modern European competition demands adaptability, suffering, and humility, qualities he believes separate serial winners from teams that dominate domestically but struggle in hostile environments. The timing of the comments has attracted significant attention, coming so soon after Arbeloa's appointment as Real Madrid's head coach. Observers believe the remarks were calculated, designed to establish his authority and reinforce Madrid's traditional identity as a club that embraces chaos, adversity, and psychological warfare on the European stage. Manchester City, meanwhile, are expected to respond in silence. Guardiola is renowned for protecting his players from external noise, yet the combination of a surprising defeat and public commentary from a rival coach may intensify internal scrutiny ahead of crucial fixtures in both domestic and continental competitions. Across Europe, reaction to Arbeloa's assumed statement has been divided. Some pundits have praised his blunt honesty and competitive edge, while others accuse him of opportunism, using City's stumble to elevate his own profile early in his managerial career. For Real Madrid supporters, Arbeloa's stance has been largely welcomed. His comments are seen as reinforcing the club's historic mentality, that greatness in Europe is forged through resilience, intimidation, and an unshakable belief, rather than tactical perfection alone. As Manchester City regroup after a humbling night in Norway, Arbeloa's assumed shock message lingers in the background. Whether it serves as motivation or irritation, it has undeniably added fuel to the growing narrative between two modern European heavyweights whose rivalry continues to evolve both on and off the pitch.